In all of classical music, no opening is more famous than that of Beethoven's earth-shattering Fifth Symphony. Guest conductor Vinay Parameswaran leads the Phoenix Symphony in the work that blazes a trail from turbulence to triumph. The magnetic violinist Alena Baeva joins the orchestra for Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto, acclaimed as one of the greatest in the repertoire. Carlos Simon, a recent nominee for a 2023 Grammy Award, was inspired by theologian Howard Thurman's Meditations of the Heart to compose Breathe, a work that invites the listener to sit a spell, reflect, and simply breathe. Carlos Simon was born in 1986 in Atlanta. He grew up the son of a Pentecostal preacher and absorbed the African-American church music and spirituality that underpins the sounds of his compositions. Simon's piece, Breathe, was commissioned in 2021 by the Gabriela Lena Frank Creative Academy of Music for the San Francisco Chamber Orchestra. One of my favorite books to read and reread, Simon wrote in the program note, has been Meditations of the Heart, written by renowned theologian Howard Thurman, who was a spiritual advisor to many, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Meditations of the Heart is a collection of meditations and prayers on the beauty of humanity. I was deeply inspired by one section entitled Still Dews of Quietness, which urges one to stay put for a spell. Through his words, I wanted to take the gesture further by writing a piece that encourages others to simply reflect and breathe. Simon now resides in Washington, D.C., where he serves as composer-in-residence at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts and teaches at Georgetown University. Felix Mendelssohn was born in 1809 in Hamburg, Germany. The son of a prominent banker and grandson of the great Jewish philosopher Moses Mendelssohn, he was afforded every opportunity to develop his considerable musical talents. As a teen, he gathered to play chamber music with other young musicians, including Ferdinand David, a virtuoso violinist 1 year his junior. The pair remained lifelong friends and collaborators. Mendelssohn became music director of the Leipzig Gewandhaus Orchestra in 1835 and invited David to join the orchestra as concertmaster. I'd like to write a violin concerto for you next winter, Mendelssohn suggested in 1838. One in E minor sticks in my head, the beginning of which will not leave me in peace. He waited until the summer of 1844 to flesh out the concerto, and it turned out to be the last orchestral score that Mendelssohn completed. 2 years after its 1845 premiere in Leipzig, he died following a series of strokes. Beethoven was born in 1770 in Bonn, Germany. The Fifth Symphony comes from the heart of Beethoven's middle period, a phase when his encroaching deafness changed his relationship to composing and performing, and when the crystalline classicism of his early works gave way to a more focused and concentrated manner of writing. Rather than issuing flowing melodies, Beethoven's quintessential works from this period build highly integrated forms out of compact, elemental materials. The most famous musical nugget Beethoven ever conceived, perhaps the most recognizable motive ever penned by a composer, comes at the heart of the Fifth Symphony when the orchestra delivers 4 unadorned notes, 3 short repetitions of G dropping to a sustained E flat, representing 2 notes from the home triad of C minor. This one motive fuels the entire first movement, based in Beethoven's favorite key for stormy and fateful music, and traces of it return later in the symphony.